time. I'm seeing a lot of things we don't get to
we haven't
talk about every single time.
Really spoken about the omega-3s since about April.
Right.
And we had a Today Special in April for the omega-3s. And the omega-3s, it's probably among hair, skin, and nails, our CoQ10. It's a product that when people stop and talk to me, they talk to me about how they were surprised by this product, that they've been recommended to take omega-3s by their doctor or their cardiologist, but every time they tried, they failed, because the products were so unpleasant, upset their stomach, fishy aftertaste. Literally, some have told me that literally caused them to vomit, that the typical omega-3 product is so unpleasant and sensitizing to so many people. Not mine. It's not easy, but what we have succeeded in achieving, both in a smaller capsule that delivers more omega-3s, but omega-3s that are not going to be sensitizing, omega-3s that are not going to be delivering any fishy aftertaste whatsoever. So if you could make the perfect omega-3 product, it's exactly what this product would look like. And it would be a pleasure to take, and you'd get the kind of reviews that we get that read almost like love letters, not like product reviews. It's pretty amazing when you read them. It's very true. I think we looked at this a long time ago, in the reviews, the word love was used more than 500 times.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, funny. Well, let me show you what the choices are.
Oh, huge savings.
And then we'll, talk
Almost
more about this.
Special.
That it is. You're right. 30, 60, 180, 360. Those are the size choices. Big savings is right. Here is where the pricing will be going. Here's the special pricing for this visit, and you can see you're saving. We always encourage you, when possible, to get the biggest size, because obviously that encourages a bigger savings. And the truth is, this is a product you're going to want to take every single day. When you start reading about the benefits of omega-3, it is kind of mind-blowing. We used to talk a lot about, years ago when Andrew first started coming to HSN, we'd focused on heart health for omega-3. I think we all know that. But then when Andrew starts talking about the health of your eyes and the health of your brain and just really the health of so many different organs and parts of our body, you realize really the essential importance of taking this. And if you're going to take an omega-3 product, this is the one you want to be taking. They are not all created equal. Some are absolutely better than others. Andrew makes the absolute perfect omega-3 product, and the best part, it doesn't taste fishy. Does not taste fishy. And a lot of those omega-3 products, they are yuck to take. They literally taste like the aftertaste is all fishy, and they're just extremely unpleasant. This is a lovely, it's a pleasure to take. There is zero aftertaste, which is sort of a miracle, because clearly you're taking a fish oil product, but there's no aftertaste. So it's pretty great. That's why people love this so much. There are thousands of reviews on this product.
And it's the natural form of the omega-3s. Most omega-3 products on the market, it says fish oil, but it's not in the actual natural form of fatty acid, which is called a triglyceride form. Unfortunately, most of those omega-3s are in ethyl esters, which when your body processes those ethyl esters, your body actually liberates a small amount of alcohol. I don't know about you, but this time of year, the only alcohol I want in my body is maybe the glass of wine I'm drinking. They shouldn't be coming from my omega-3 supplement, and ethyl esters liberate alcohol when your body processes them. It's not the natural form of omega-3. We use the natural form. What we also do is, if you look at these capsules here, there's one capsule that looks sort of disadvantaged. It looks a lot smaller. That capsule has the most omega-3s in it. It has the least volume, but the most omega-3s, because it's got the most concentrated natural form of omega-3s in it. The others actually contain about 360 milligrams of omega-3s. Mine contains 500.
So even though the others may have more fish oil in them, doesn't have omega-3s.
That's, when you read labels carefully, when you're talking about fish oil and omega-3 products, that's what you learn. A lot of the labels, next time you go to the store, you'll just notice the front of the label will say 1,200 or 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 fish oils. But when you turn the label around, you might find out that it says 360 or 450 milligrams of omega-3s, actual omega-3s. But the front of that label gave the impression that it was 12 or 1,500. Countless times I've dealt with that confusion. And unfortunately, that's the way the labeling is done. It's misleading. So unless you read the fine print on the back, you don't know. Ours also, our omega-3s are going to not just deliver the omega-3s you want, but in the proper proportions. Colleen said a moment ago that the big deal about omega-3s that really caused their initial interest about 20 plus years ago, mind you, we've been doing them for about 37 years, but about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, it really started surging, was all of the great research on cardiovascular health. Frankly, that is still very exciting to me, but what I find most exciting is the fact that, and most people don't realize this, your brain is 65% by weight the omega-3 that we focus on. Not the typical omega-3, which is EPA in a typical product. All products have the EPA and DHA, hopefully, but most products are about 60% EPA, 40% DHA. We flip it around and deliver almost 60% DHA. And DHA is the principal component in your brain. The fatty acid in your brain, the principal fatty acid is DHA. Most of us don't know that. So just the simple structure of our brain, and that structure is what determines function, it's DHA. And then the most concentrated source of DHA in the entire human body is the retina of our eye. Most importantly, the macular region of the retina of our eye. We'll talk about lutein and zeaxanthin in a moment when we talk about Ultimate Eye, but we all worry about the long-term health of the macular region of our eye, and the latest ARED study was looking at just that, was looking at the influence on omega-3s. So it's something that, from a structural standpoint, there's no escaping the fact that the principal part of our eye that we worry about in terms of aging and our brain is DHA. That's the omega-3 that we uniquely focus on.
We have wonderful pricing this time around if you'd like to order yours. The big one, the 360, you're saving $60 off the regular price. Remember, everything's on FlexPay. Everything has free shipping and handling. If you already know, love, and take this product, once you start taking Andrew's Omega-3, you won't want to go back to anything else. It is, without question, one of the most important things to supplement. Most Americans do not get a lot of fish in their diet, are not getting the Omega-3s from our diet whatsoever. So it's a really great and important thing for all of us to be supplementing. And it's, you know, what's funny too is that along with all the incredible health benefits, Google it, read about it. There's so much great information about omega-3. I mean, beyond the brain, the eyes, the heart. I mean, you read about the health of things like even your colon. I mean, you read about how healthy it is for so many different parts of your body, and the fact that it's such, and really when you break it down, it's pennies a day to take this product, and it's just so worth it. So I hope that you will stock up today. You know, we have a new year on the horizon, and you know, everybody starts thinking about, you know, we're going to make it through the holidays. I always say thank goodness for Andrew, because a lot of us, you know, diet schmiet, right? It's like you want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be Debbie Downer at the party and be like, I'm not on a diet, I'm not going to eat a cookie. Forget it. We all want to be able to enjoy ourselves and have fun. But the truth is, we also want to be doing what we can to stay healthy, even during the troubling times, you know, the times when we're having a little more fun. So at least you're still doing something healthy along the way every day.
And that's the most important time. Even if you might not be, this is an easy decision to make. It takes 2 seconds to make this decision every day.
Exactly.
In terms of swallowing omega-3s, because most of the fatty acids, we're going to be consuming extra fat typically this time of year. But unfortunately, it's not the wonderful healthy fats that come from cold water fish. Usually it's fat that are coming from other sources. Like when I make mashed potatoes, I think I shouldn't even say this. My mashed potatoes are probably mostly heavy cream and butter. And just a little bit of potatoes, but so
you like a little potatoes with your
little
cream
potatoes
and
with
butter.
Yeah, when I make with potatoes. And in French, they simply call it puree, like a puree. But it's something that, as long as you're consuming all these fats that are on the wrong side of the healthy table, so to speak, why not make sure you get some of the essential fats? What I was going to do really quickly, if I could, just read some charts we have here that are, the information is pretty compelling. When you look at the fact that more than 15,500 papers have been published on the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids, including more than 2,600 meta-analyses and systematic reviews. More than 1,850 human clinical trials have been published on the benefits of consuming omega-3 fatty acids. So, and there is an essential nutrient. Our omega-3s guarantee no fishy aftertaste, no fishy repeat, no stomach upset, no mercury, lead, or heavy metals.
That's important.
No PCBs,
a lot of people
dioxins,
concern
or
themselves about that.
Oh, what I should talk about? There's a funny review that I saw somewhere.
I saw it on the internet.
And it talked about that because my company isn't in California, we don't have to comply with Prop 65, which Prop 65, when it comes to supplements, is actually a kind of a silly rule. But that's absolutely false. Just because a company is or is not in California, and I say this as an attorney, doesn't mean you have to comply or not comply with Prop 65. The minute you ship a product into California, you must comply. If you're located in France or located in New York or Nevada, as I am, the moment you ship product into California, you must comply with Prop 65. And of course, our standards for this product far exceed the standards that Prop 65 would ever require. So whoever had posted that online did so, and they were tremendously in error because they likely discouraged people from trying this product. And you probably can't find a more pure omega-3 product anywhere in the world. And this product exceeds by far all government regulatory standards, including Prop 65 in California.
Excellent. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were going through the thing, but I thought we should call that out because I remember reading something about that. I remember reading it too,
and I hadn't talked about it. I read it months ago. But just so we know about omega-3 fatty acids, they cannot be made by the body. They can only come from our diet or supplements. So the omega-3s, the DHA in our brain and our eye that play their critical role, they either come from our diet or supplements, and most American diets do not deliver them. Without adequate omega-3 intake, deficiency or insufficiency occurs. Best results are only achieved when consumed daily. And also, omega-3 fatty acids support normal triglyceride levels, normal blood pressure levels, normal blood cholesterol levels, normal blood sugar levels. So for those of us trying to keep those in the normal range, this is a simple, easy tool that if you're taking a medication, this is not going to conflict with that medication. So it's just an opportunity to have another force helping you in the right direction.
Okay, well, I've been informed to put my big girl shoes on. It's time to take a little stroll. So if you are
I'm not
ordering...
wearing my big girl shoes.
I would love to see your big girl shoes.
Yes. I haven't